I'm Owen Bigland. This is the Inside Edge video blog. Thought I'd do a comment now that we're into winter 2017, moving into now 2018. Let me just give you a quick update on the current market situation here and what I'm seeing from the front lines, because I am seeing some pretty crazy stuff here still, and it'll kind of be an addition to some of the blogs I was doing this past fall. What I want to talk about here is how the crazy prices I'm seeing on one-bedroom units in downtown Vancouver. And I had talked about this before, how anything priced under $650, let's say, which is about what an average one-bedroom is getting you now in downtown Vancouver, up from about $550 a year ago. But how you've got 10, 15, 20 buyers that are all kind of into that price range. I call it magnet real estate, where you've got 30 buyers for our good quality one bedroom, priced under $650 or $675. As you start to go up the price scale there, the number of buyers, potential buyers, starts to fall off. I tell you, if you can get into the two bedroom priced in the 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, boy, you're getting an awful lot more unit for that increased price. And the nice thing is that you're probably not even going to be in any competition. You're going to probably be able to put an offer in and negotiate and settle somewhere below asking price. It's the complete opposite right now in the one-bedroom market. So case in point, I had an investor client that wanted to put an offer in on a unit on Richard Street last week. Now, I know the building, it's 13 years old. It was on the 7th floor, 600 square feet, priced at $599. Now, mind you, that price was on the low side. There was a comparable unit that had sold there a couple of months ago that sold for $660. So this unit at $599 was very aggressively priced. This was priced to stimulate huge multiple offers. Make a long story short, he got the multiple offers all right. 32 offers on this unit, listed at $599, sold for $750. And that is an all-time record price per square foot for that building. That blows everything out of the water. Now, that, in my opinion, is getting a little bit crazy. I can tell you at $750, 2 years ago, you could have bought that unit for $500. So it's gone up $250,000 in the last just over 2 years, let's say. But, it's kind of funny. What's going on in that one-bedroom condo market is kind of what's going on in the stock market right now. If you've read my book, I always recommend people, when you're starting to invest in equities, just buy the index, buy some ETFs, buy the S&P 500, buy Vanguard's VTI, which is the top largest 3,200 companies in the US stock exchange, buy the TSX 60. Just buy a diversified basket at very low commission rates. But in the stock market today, the current market is really a stock picker's market. I have not been buying a lot in the indexes lately. I'm kind of cherry picking some stocks that get out of favor, maybe miss an earnings report and get down to some decent valuations. The same thing can kind of be said for the Vancouver real estate market. I'm seeing some pretty crazy prices right now on one bedrooms, but that said, I do see units that are very good that go past their 7-day withholding period. They don't happen all that often, but I do see them. No offers come in for whatever reason, and you can actually still negotiate a price on a few units. Not that often. I also see good quality units that are not getting anywhere near 32 offers. They're getting 3 and 4 offers on. And those are the ones that when I'm working with a buyer, I try and steer them into. When you call the realtor up on offer night, I make several calls before the offers are due to get a feedback from the realtor on how many offers. If I call, the offers are at 6 o'clock on a Monday night, let's say, I'll call at noon, I'll call at 2 o'clock just to get updates. Once that number gets up over 10, I usually tell my buyer, let's just bow out of this one. Competition is too stiff. I mean, when you're getting up to 25 and 30 offers, my God. But hey, that's what can happen when you get into these bidding wars. And I'm not privy, that's the other thing that I should say about this unit that sold for $750, because I've seen this before from my listings, where I've listed properties this year and gotten 15 and 18 offers on it. But oftentimes you're not privy to what the circumstances are with this buyer and why this buyer would go at such a crazy price, 150 over asking. Sometimes you never know. Maybe this buyer needed to be in this building. Maybe he's got a buddy that lives on the floor or 2 floors down. Maybe his aunt lives in the building. Maybe his girlfriend lives in the building. He's got the money. I gotta be in this building. I like the unit. I don't know when the next one's gonna come up again, so I'm going for it. Maybe I'm paying 30 or 40 more than I should, but I'm gonna go for it. And that's the other thing I should throw out here again. The caveat that I always use with this. Even for this guy that paid $150,000 over asking, it is a tall price. $750 for 600 square feet in a 13-year-old building with 1 parking. But I will say this. He buys that unit today, lives in it, enjoys it as his principal residence, keeps it for 20 or 25 years. You need shelter, you need a roof over your head. He will look back on that as probably one of the best investments he ever made. I can tell you that I always use the rule of thumb that the downtown Vancouver condo will double every 15 years, and that is ultra conservative. Anybody who wants to challenge me on that, get out a amortization table. That's roughly a 2% annualized rate of return, 2 or 3%. So 15 years is ultra conservative. I mean, my God, we've had condos in downtown Vancouver double in 4 years here. 15 years is my rule of thumb. So this $750 he paid today, 25 years from now when the mortgage is fully paid off, he's enjoyed the property, that property could easily be worth $2 million or more. And when he sells it, all the capital gains is going to go to him tax-free. That's the magic of real estate. Using leverage, putting 20% down to take possession of a $750,000 unit. All the growth grows tax-free. It's tangible. You need a roof over your head anyways. That's what makes real estate so magic. Even if you did overpay for it. And there's a very good chance that this guy that shelled out $750, 2 years from now, that unit might be down to $650 for all we know. But if he's smart and the realtor's done his job who is representing him, he's bought with a long-term horizon that I always talk about. He's enjoying the property. He still needs a roof over his head, and he'll be able to outride any short-term volatility. And 10 years down the road, it'll be worth more than $750. That I can guarantee. What it's worth 2 years from now, anyone's guess. But I'm also seeing this one-bedroom magnet real estate playing out in places like New Westminster, Maple Ridge. It's a flight out there to more affordability. New Westminster has just gone ballistic. I mean, I was doing blogs, I was doing blogs 2, 3, 4 years ago pumping New Westminster. I was getting a lot of young buyers out into downtown New West. I was calling it the Brooklyn to Manhattan scenario there. But my God, the prices there, I've got some clients that are just giddy that they got in 2 and 3 years ago. Their prices there have doubled in the last 2.5, 3 years, doubled. So I've got units that you could have bought for $220 3 years ago are now selling for $450. It's pretty crazy. And again, it's 10, 15 offers on the good 1-bedrooms. So it is magnet real estate in that affordability area, which in New Westminster, it's 1-bedrooms priced under $4. And in Vancouver, it's 1-bedrooms priced under, let's call it $650. But where the market will go in the future, we'll see. But as I say, as you go up the price ladder, competition gets much less and you are getting quite a bit more for your dollar as you go up there. We'll see where it goes this winter and into the spring of next year. Inventory levels still remain ultra low. Nothing has changed there. People are holding tight to their units and for good reason. I've talked about it before. With all these mortgage tightenings, I've got lots of sellers, lots of people that would like to sell and maybe move up the market. But I've got nothing to show them up market. There's not much inventory. And they're also worried, can I requalify? I sell my place. Am I able now with the new mortgage rules to even qualify to get back in the market? So for that reason, they're going to sit tight. So these mortgage rules are tightening the market and increasing the prices, even though a lot of people think they were meant to curb the prices. They're actually, in my opinion, a lot of cases here doing the reverse. It's causing people to sit tight on their homes. Low inventory, high demand, and the prices continue to go. But we'll see. Eventually, like I always say, market's cool, they'll level off, and we will get one of our run-of-the-mill corrections. Stay posted. I'll give you updates on it next spring. I'm Owen Bigland. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.